What is up, everybody? Yeah, I saw Dad on Aussie. He's awesome. I'm glad he's back. I'm very glad Dad is back. And I think him and Steak are going to do amazing together. All right, let's get started.
Eiley gets real. Talk slick, better keep it sealed. T's hot, mask off. Let's go. Step in the chat, it's the final bell. Sally in black, got receipts from hell. Drama queen, nah, I'm the drama dealer. Truth so raw, make a snake turn healer. Mic in my hand with a hit list long. You faked your life, well I wrote your song. No chill, no filter, mask ripping deeper. Lights out, baby, it's the law code reaper. Fill that tea, call it out. Fake get caught when the reaper's out. Say my name, say it loud. Sally don't play, she calls the cloud. One by one they fall asleep, but secrets don't die, I dig too deep. Cameras on, it's getting real. Larco Reaper, sign a deal. Who's next up? I smell that fear. You built a lie, I built a career. DMs leak like a faucet broke. Your truth is a joke and I ain't provoked. Clickbait queens, you all look shook. I don't need edits, I wrote the book. Fake apologies, you can keep that mess. I wear black cause I bury the BS. You wanted the smoke, now you got the fire. Don't start no drama unless you're ready for the choir. Fill that tea, call it out. Fake get caught when the reaper's out. Say my name, say it loud. Sally don't play, she calls the cloud. One by one they fall asleep, but secrets don't die, I dig too deep. Cameras on, it's getting real. Larco Reaper, sign the deal. Reap what you post. Sally knows. You talk, I show. Larco Reaper, end of the show.
What is up, everybody? Oh, my hair's all discombobulated. Listen, my life has literally turned into a series of cat naps. I'm like sleeping like an hour and a half at a time. All day within 24 hours. It's really weird. But yes, let's talk about that real quick because everybody's mentioning Dad. I love Dad and I am so happy for him. And I'm happy for Steak and I think him and Steak will do great together. I found out today, was it today or yesterday? Technically yesterday, that he was going to be with Steak. And I was so happy for Steak when I found that out. Really, genuinely happy for Steak. So. Oh, yeah, I heard that voice note that he sent to Keem in the Discord. It was funny. I was like, yeah, Dad told you so. It was cute. It was really cute. It was awesome. Dad's a great dude. He's awesome. Steak isn't usually my cup of tea, but he and Dad have good chemistry. Yeah, they do. They really, really do. Jim, that was addressed on Rewind tonight. I don't know if you saw, you must not have, because what you wrote is exactly what he got fired for. Because when he said that on Rewind, I went off on him about that. And I was like, how would you feel if that was your daughter? And he said, I don't have any kids. I said, I don't have any kids too, but I know what I would do if my 13-year-old daughter was getting messages from a motherfucker. Yeah, CD's gone. CD is gone. So, Jen, it's, yeah, he said that on Rewind. Keem had CD jump up there because he wanted me to talk to CD. And because I've dealt with drama and stuff like that. And then we got to that part and CD said that, what you typed out, and I lost it. I was like, what? So, yeah, CD's gone. Yeah, Genitals is like, yeah, Xylee did not support CD with that. With what he said, watch Rewind, period. I'm not playing that shit. No. Because I'm going to tell you something. I may not have kids myself. I don't have any children. I do have nieces and nephews. I do understand. I understand how I would be if that was my child. Yep. So it's like, what, four firings? Lacey, Mike, CD, and I guess it was Dad, but Dad wasn't fired. He was really, I thought Dad quit, but either way, Dad's back, so. But yeah. Oh, Twiggy. Thank you. Twiggy. Yes, Twiggy. Yeah, so four firings. So. The poopiest guy says the idea you have to have kids to get this situation is aggressively dumb. Couldn't believe that he said that. Yeah, I was like, bro, what? That's no good. No good. So, yeah, and Freshy Fresh got a show. Freshy Fresh. This goddamn universe drives me insane, bro. Freshy Fresh is now on Tech Talk. So now Rastoff is gonna be Rastoff, Sweet Tea, and Freshy Fresh. Starting tomorrow. Yep. Freshy Fresh, and it is amazing. So it's gonna be funny. Hi, daddies. Welcome to Band World. I ended up with another member too. Hold on. There was another member that I got. Let me put that up. Of course, it's not gonna freaking show me. Okay, hold on. It'll show me here. Power Raise. Welcome to Cash Cow. Scrimpy said second show for Tommy C would be ideal. Who would be the ideal co-host? Scrimpy. Locale Anonymous says Mike will be the hardest hit. A lot of us found the LCU because of my hashtag AGP army. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. Here's my take about the whole Mike thing. I'm not mad at what happened because quite honestly, he did that 2 times in a row. And if you look at both situations, it had something to do with his, I guess, soon to be ex-wife. I think he's going through it and he is just not, he needs to step away. You know what I mean? He needs time away. So that's what I think. Billy the Fridge says, I'm the white dad that never Billy, what the fuck kind of statement is that? Billy? Yes, exactly, Jenna. We can have more than one dad. Billy is not my dad, though. Absolutely not. I only have one white dad, and that is the dad that's now on Aussie. Thank you. Just saying. So, all right. So what we have planned today is I'm going to react to one of the actual exposed videos on Starman 3. And then I have another video to watch about those van life parents or whatever that they'll have their kids living in a van where they have it all spruced up on the inside. Well, apparently a teenager came out and said, listen, this is what happens. This is how I grew up and this is bad. So we're going to be watching that too. Power Ray says, don't tell Rastoff, but his co-hosts make his life harder on Tech Talk. Entertains me. True. Billy makes my life harder and entertains y'all on Rewind. So, all right. Switch over. Oh my God, the screen is so white, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about in just a second. Bam. Ugh, you see that white ass screen? Why start your video out with a white ass screen, bro? Jesus, Lord have mercy. Ugh. All right, so put a 1 in the chat if you're ready to get started with this. Fink says, I picked on CD because it was funny, but now I wish I went harder. Shame he can't read main chat after he got kicked. Nightmare went easy on him, in my opinion. Well, he's gone now, so. Oh, this screen is horrible. All right, let's get started.
This is Starman3, Roblox's first YouTuber exposed for being a creep. From diddling with kids, to getting away with his deplorable behavior for over a decade. Today, I will be explaining how Starman got caught and why he is one of the most significant in Roblox's history. Born
Oh, this is back in the day when you couldn't say the word. Scrimpy says, I meant Tommy C would be ideal co-host for Reaper, his second show. Here's the problem. I don't know if me and Tommy C would work. Like, I love Tommy. Don't get me wrong. I love me some Tommy. But I don't know if me and Tommy would actually be good together. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we're both hotheads. We both say how we feel. And I feel like there would be a lot of fights between me and Tommy. I feel like there would be a lot of fights between me and Tommy. So, yeah.
On the 17th of January 1989, Starman is an OG to say the least. He would join YouTube back in 2006, and as a 17-year-old dude at the time, Starman would begin to gain relevance on his YouTube channel, but not.
Wait, so if he was 17 in 2006, so he was like in his 20s when that other shit happened. Yeah. All right.
Not for what you would think, and as we'll discuss
Fink, welcome to Cash Cow. Thank you.
later, this may have saved many victims from his disgusting behavior. Starman would start his YouTube journey by posting bloopers and other type of content on the game Super Mario. It was more than safe to say that Starman had a genuine passion for both playing and making content surrounding Super Mario. However, after a year of little success, Starman would start videos on a game that led him down a path of immorality, depravity, and predatory behavior. So,
okay, listen, I kind of said it on Rewind, and Keem agreed with me, okay? I don't know what it is about these three communities, but Roblox, Minecraft, and Super Smash Bros. Some of the biggest creeps come from those communities. Those three communities. Oh my God. Oh my God. Not saying that everyone is like that. I'm definitely not saying everyone is like that. But some of the biggest creeps come from those communities. Holy shit. Yeah, y'all know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. Shit.
bad that he would forever be labelled as a disgusting kitty diddler. But let's not jump too far ahead into his career. At this point, Starman was just having fun with his YouTube channel. He would start to gain notoriety after making his newfound YouTube series called Roblox Bloopers. And little did Starman know at the time, but this was the beginning of the end for him and his YouTube channel. However, nobody could have quite predicted just how terrible things would get. As Starman went on to make more Roblox videos, views would quickly start piling in. The Roblox Goes Crazy series was going viral for him and changing his career in a matter of weeks. Videos in the series garnered over 150,000 views, 300,000 views, and even over 800,000 views.
I do not understand how people can watch gameplay like that. Especially of Roblox. I don't get it. I don't get it. I can't just watch gameplay. I gotta, the person behind the gameplay has to have some kind of personality for me to want to watch it. I don't get it. Thank you, Wolf Girl. I appreciate it.
These viral videos of his would break the Roblox community, not because they were necessarily unique or crazy in question, but they were some of the first Roblox videos on the platform, let alone a blooper series. They would get him over 20,000 subscribers, which at the time was huge. That is like having a couple 100,000 subscribers nowadays. He was one of the biggest Roblox YouTubers throughout the 2000s, but what he did with the power that came from it and how he abused it for his own sick desires would end up being the reason that his reputation became so bad. However, there is something really important to this story which we intentionally haven't mentioned up until this point. Back in 2008, Starman would launch his own internet group. It was called the YouTube Rangers. The group consisted of machinists, indie game devs, musicians, and of course, gamers. Whilst it wasn't crazily popular at the beginning, the group hit such a huge boom of popularity after recruiting a YouTuber that would end up getting over 8.8 million subscribers, as well as another creator called Mario that had over 100,000. With the reach from these popular YouTubers' fan bases, more and more people would become familiar with the group. However, nobody quite realized how depraved the owner of this group was.
Oh shit, here we go. Sadly, his account has been lost to time. Oh god.
Takes us to a creator who goes by Jacob the Badass 867, a relatively small Roblox content creator who began uploading videos during 2010. However, Jacob's content was far different from his competitors. He was one of the first notable Roblox drama channels. In 2025, we have creators such as Green Lego Cats, Parlo, and even myself in this genre. The basic premise is you upload videos discussing popular and controversial topics within the Roblox community, one of the biggest forms of media in the
Oh yeah, that's when drama channels would pop up in every community. That's what it seems like. It seems like drama channels started popping up for all different types of communities, and obviously, you know, Roblox getting big, they were going to end up with their own drama channels, just like Super Smash Bros. They have their own drama channels, and you know, they all have their own drama channels, you know. And then out of the ones that used to do gameplay of like Call of Duty and stuff like that, a lot of them ended up going and making the commentary community, you know? So, yeah. Yep.
Genre is exposed videos, where the creator would take a look at a controversial topic and lay out all the evidence for the viewers to digest. And for Jacob, he would succeed with this type of content, as one of the biggest videos on his channel would expose a beloved and respected Roblox content creator for some very disturbing things. Little did anyone know at the time, but this was one of the first instances of when a Roblox YouTuber was outed as a predator. During 2013, Jacob would publish a video to his channel that changed the course of his career forever. It was a video entitled The Truth About Starman3. Nobody knew it at the time, but this one video would cause Starman's entire audience to hate him, but it was well deserved, as you will see.
Is that still around? Is that video still around? Let me look for this video. Hold on. Let me look for this. The Truth About Starman 3. That video still... Oh, it is! Oh, okay.
Hello, fellow badasses. You're probably wondering where the video is. Well, I've actually got something serious on my mind today,
Okay, I hate this.
and it concerns a certain someone. Nope, not Emega, not SM64 Peacemakers, not Karate Mario. It concerns the biggest dumbass out of all of them. That little twat himself, Starman3.
Oh my god.
I've been on Skype a lot lately, and I came across some information about Mr. Ware. Some truths about him. You may be typing in the comment section, but JTC, Starman3 is such a badass. He would never harm a soul. Well, if you're typing that, erase that comment now, because after the info you'll be shown, you will hate Game Man 3 just as much as I do.
The video discussed allegations of Starman being a quote man-child, citing him as incredibly immature despite being an adult in real life.
So a while back when Jacob Werecase didn't have name glow, Shadow did have name glow and Werefag wanted it. Don't believe me? Here's the evidence. You may be wondering, did have name glow and Werefag wanted it. Don't believe me? Here's the
Shadow, I heard you have name glow. Can I have it? No, I bought it. Okay, so... all right.
evidence. You may be wondering, so what does Starman 3 do? Well, here's the outcome.
I have banned Shadow the Hedgehog forever. Reasons, give me name glow. Okay.
That's Starman 3. He's one of the biggest man-children I've ever met in my history. And believe me, I've met a lot of them. Not gonna name names. Here's some more things that prove Starman 3 is an asshole who can't take negative criticism.
Hey Sonic. Hey SM3. Don't you agree I'm the best machinist ever? Just like my virtual brother MM? No. And then Mad Face. then ... And then somebody is much better. I can't read it. Oh, MMS is much better. Or MM is much better.
See, that was negative criticism, which we all know he can't take.
Next, it explored instances of Starman mistreating members of his audience. He was incredibly rude, angry, and impulsive, undoubtedly shattering the crystal clear image he'd built for himself in record time. But later in the video, we'll discuss a dark reality about his online reputation that was so bad it ruined any chance of a career in the future.
Here's what he did to attempt to make him feel better about himself.
Oh, we already read that one.
There is a clear contradiction.
Wait, no, we haven't. Sonic the Hedgehog, Blue Burst, Speed, Fastest Thing, whatever. It, Forever Band, Reason, MM, and Me are equal. Oh, God. This is...
In the band Reason, Where and MM are most certainly not equal. And here's the reason why. Because Starman's videos absolutely suck. His remixes sound terrible, his bloopers are also bad, and overall, his face, voice, and grammar make me want to do bad stuff. But anyway, time for some more evidence. How could you do that to one of the funniest internet comments? Bad stuff. But anyway, time for some more evidence.
Y'all know my hatred for Door 3, so bye. I have banned Dolan forever no reason. Screw that guy. Okay, so he's an asshole.
How could you do that to one of the funniest internet comics there is, Where? Despicable cunts. That's one of the main things Starman is.
Yes, Wolf Girl, there is a lot of drama going on in the LCU, and hopefully we have gotten past the shit, because quite honestly, the last couple of days have been really heavy, and I'm tired of it.
Okay, while I do agree that the Wii U is amazing in more ways than one, I don't agree with the fact that people actually like you for what you are, you worthless monster.
The video continued to explore Starman's wrongdoing and broken moral character, showing screenshot evidence of him acting in a completely deranged, unfiltered, and unhinged manner. He was not setting a good example for his audience, and as a result, was completely alienating them. However, next, the video took a very disturbing turn, accusing Starman of not only being a bad person, but also a disgusting
Oh, you wonder why I let Standard Ching take over that part? Because that last piece was so gay of Where I couldn't even put it into text. Next bit, green culture pet. I wonder why. Maybe because last year, you took a picture of Beatmax's privates and forced someone else to do bad stuff to it.
Wait, what? Maybe because last year you took a picture of Beatmax, whatever, and forced J-Bro to own... See, in 2025, we wouldn't have to do this, but this was made like 5 years ago. Ooh.
Last year, you took a picture of Beatmax's privates and forced someone else to do bad stuff to it. Yep, clear. Yeah. Don't believe me? Ask J-Bro and Beatmax themselves.
He didn't just say, I love you.
Knee down and kisses her hand. Do you love me? Kisses her cheek. Then kisses her cheek. Blushes, may I tell you the truth? Sure. Actually love you. You're too kind to me. Hey, Sierra, I like your laugh last night. You have amazing laugh.
To someone of age. At this time, Starman was 22 years old, making him a fully grown adult. And the
stuff to it. Yep, clear.
Hold on.
Yeah. Don't believe me? Ask J-Bro and Beatmax themselves.
He didn't just say, I love you to someone of age. At this time, Starman was 22 years old, making him a fully grown adult. And the individual that he was proclaiming his love for was disgustingly young. They were 11. Yes.
Wood chipper! Wood chipper! Wood chipper! Wood chipper and a chainsaw! Oh my god, what? 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 No! Oh my god, no! What the fuck? Yeah, yikes is the word. Oh my god. Holy shit.
Starman was a so disturbing, awful, and degenerate, he professed his romantic love for an individual half his age. But that wasn't the only video published on Starman and his disturbing conduct. The second video exposing Starman3 went into detail on what happened after the allegation surfaced. It explored multiple indirect responses from the man himself, but as we'll get into later, he eventually responded to everything in the worst way possible.
By now, the situation has spread around to many communities, and many are aware of his wrongdoings. Many other victims have spoken out during this time as well. It's also been confirmed by one of the victims that he may have done more than being a child predator. He's way more dangerous than most are implying.
According to the video, when the serious allegations surfaced, Starman took an indefinite hiatus from the YouTube platform. Whilst this isn't out of the ordinary for people accused of horrible things, what Starman did during his time away from the spotlight was unspeakable.
As of May, June, or July, during his hiatus since his departure from Twitter and other social media websites, it was confirmed he still continued his reign of terror on Discord. He victimized more users and has gotten banned on Discord twice since April. This is 3 times now that he was banned.
Starman3 had allegedly victimized even more underage fans.
Now, I can tell you now, if it wasn't for CD saying what he did, all right, I would actually look at this. I mean, we got the receipt of the other one, right? In 2025, like the call out videos versus 5 years ago, now you need exclusive receipts, as in you need to somehow find out somewhere where that person was that age, okay? Because you have people that obviously lie and stuff, right? If this is true, CD, what the fuck were you thinking? I'm telling you right now. And I have to say if this is true because I have to see the receipts of people's ages and stuff like that. But CD did say what he did on Rewind. So I have to, based on that one, CD said it. The fuck were you thinking, bro?
During his supposed break from online activity. This revealed that he likely hadn't left the internet and was instead attempting to avoid the immense backlash while still engaging in the same unacceptable conduct that got him into trouble in the first place.
He broke many promises and backstabbed those who were defending him, victimizing a few of them along the way, and continued to break promises and never stick to his word. This situation has been ongoing for more than 11 years in total. I'm just as confused as you are.
To make matters far worse, Starman had been using alternate accounts to post comments both defending him and making up various lies, with one stating, "Did you hear? Starman3 is in hospital now from stabbing wounds. He got stabbed in the arm and chest. He's dying. People have been coming into his house and stabbing him and his parents. Now he's all alone. It really happened. He doesn't have parents anymore." It was more than safe to say that Starman's intent was to garner sympathy and divert attention from the very serious and well-evidenced accusations that were levied against him. Therefore, in response, the exposed video aptly ended with a message warning viewers to stay away from Starman. However, up until this point, there'd been no official response from him. This was until one upload that changed the situation for good. On the 26th of April 2006,
So this is where he responds then. Bro, I want to hear his response.
Until one upload that changed the situation for good. On the 26th of April 2006, user Lucid Secrecy Carmain58 uploaded a video entitled Starman3 Exposed.
The user that we will be speaking about today is Starman3. Starman3 is a YouTuber and is very famous for his appearance in multiple videos in the past regarding Super Mario 64. He is very famous for also being a pedophile, a racist, incredibly abusive, and power hungry.
The video began with an explanation of who Starman3 was, how he
Okay, this music is driving me nuts. This music is killing my ADHD. I'm telling you now, this music is killing my ADHD. Holy shit.
became so famous in the first place, and an in-depth summary of the terrible accusations which had been levied against him. However, later on, it would reveal something that took the controversy to a whole other level of crazy.
There already has been videos and pictures that explain his very bad behavior over the various years that he's been online on the internet, but he has not improved at all. Even after these videos have been created to inform users of the dangerous threats for our communities, he has still not changed, and has since continued to do ERPs for months and asking for explicit photos from 7 as well.
Lucid Secrecy discussed how being exposed didn't stop Starman's degenerative behavior. He revealed how even after the allegations went public, he wouldn't stop targeting showing how little he cared for his reputation and the very serious consequences that should follow such egregious misconduct.
There are quote-unquote friends of his that have been enabling and promoting his behavior over the past 2 to 3 years and have also promoted the excuse of his behavior is his victims leading him on and Asperger's syndrome.
Oh, bruh. Oh, bruh. Ah, bruh. Okay, listen, let's be honest, okay? Asperger's does not make you that type of person. There are plenty of good adults out there, good contributing citizens to society that have Asperger's.
Starman3 has also forced a lot of his victims to draw his icons, artwork, which can be NSFW most of the time, and abuses or harasses other victims on occasion. This has caused his Discord account to be permanently banned and locked during his vacation. During the process of making this video, he has made a decision to close his Twitter account to avoid confrontations and has strictly stated that he will not apologize for abusing and soliciting.
Wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. Nope, that's not it. Shit. What is it? Which one is it? I know I seen it somewhere. Nope, that won't it. Where is the tweet where CD is talking about where Starman is it going to be? All right, hold on. All right, hold on. I gotta get it. Wait. I'm sorry. Sorry about this. I didn't think I was gonna have to open this up, but I'm gonna have to. All right, here's this. Here is that. It was a tweet. Nope, that's not it. Nope. Damn it, where's that tweet at? I know the tweet is somewhere here. Because they showed it where he put a tweet out in like 19? CD put a 2019 saying that this is it right here. I hope I don't have to pull that back up. Right there. There's a new Starman3 account on Twitter. It's not him. If you have the time, please report the account as fraudulent and then be on your day. Starman is no longer on Twitter and not to be on the platform for the foreseeable future. May 5th, 2019.
This has caused his Discord account to be permanently banned and locked during his vacation. During the process of making this video, he has made a decision to close his Twitter account to avoid confrontations and has strictly stated that he will not apologize for abusing and soliciting others. His reasoning can't be any more delusional. There will be screenshots presented here to provide evidence to the claims made in the video, including previous videos that I will describe in depth with context as well. Many users have collaborated to make this video possible. Users and victims will be kept completely anonymous.
Next, he discussed how Starman's friends had not only stayed in contact with him, but attempted to justify, defend, and enable his horrible misbehavior. The video explored how many associates, friends, and other creators claimed that his behavior could be justified or explained by his autism spectrum disorder diagnosis. But it is incredibly important to note that nowhere in the diagnosis for autism or Asperger's syndrome are there any symptoms of it is an entirely different diagnosis that, even on its own, is diagnosed on mental and psychological
No shit. Show me the screenshots.
Criteria, not actions. What Starman has done are literal crimes, and the next video showed more screenshots and evidence which proved just how bad they were.
From his terrible hiatus announcement, complaining about people hating
just how bad they were.
From his
Okay. One thing that has also changed, and this is current day, all right? Current day. If somebody makes a video and they just flash receipts up there, 9 times out of 10, don't trust them. Okay? I had to teach my chat this. Because 9 times out of 10, when they flash a screenshot up there and they don't read it out, 8 times out of 10, because new people will do it accidentally. But 8 times out of 10, that screenshot probably doesn't have anything to do with what they're talking about. It's just because most people, they listen to videos and not actually watch the videos. So most people do not stop and read. All right, Starman. Okay, I'm getting off social media, YouTube, and all the personal reasons. No Roblox goes crazy, no Dimensional Guardians, and also no GSL episode. Right now, I'm getting psychiatrist therapy. It's time, goodbye. And that was on Twitter.
Terrible hiatus announcement.
I can fucking tell people hate me anyway. Okay.
Complaining about people hating him for being more.
I just woke up at 6:55 in the morning and just got ready for school. I like you. I have to go to school at 8:05, so I just got like 2 hours, I think. Yeah. I didn't really sleep at all. But anyway, I like you. You are well in your 20s, and they say they got to go to school. What are you doing?
Terrible hiatus announcement. Complaining about people hating him for being more proof of him young schoolgirl and his other terrible response.
Truth, I feel like nothing to everyone, to be honest. When I ask for a favor, nothing. When I want help, saying no, it's okay. I'd rather staying quiet than just do something. I lose friends. I lose my best buddy.
The video would showcase various instances of
Knee down and kisses her hand. Do you love me? Kiss her. Oh, we already read that one. That's the one we read. Okay.
Starman engaging disgustingly with this, revealing a repeated pattern of unforgivable and predatory behavior. However, what was even more alarming and new as opposed to the previous exposed videos we've discussed so far was the response Starman released to everything on Twitter. In the past, we've seen absolutely horrific responses to serious allegations from content creators. However, Starman's may have been one of the worst we've ever seen in the history of the Roblox community. Starman can also be seen.
You want a juicy sandwich, but I never eat them ever. Hold on. You can do anything with it, including... No, I'm busy talking to my teacher. Are you fucking serious? Just ignore your work. It's not important. Oh, God. Oh, ew.
May have been one of the worst we've ever seen in the history of the Roblox community. Starman can also be seen saying some very suggestive things towards another victim of his, a schoolgirl. He would also go on to state, truth. I feel like nothing to everyone, to be honest. When I ask for a favor, nothing. When I want to help, saying no. It's okay. I'd rather stay quiet than just do something. I lose friends, I lose my best buddy. But not long after, he released a far longer and more direct response to everything, where he straight up admitted to being a child. Now, this is a final promise to everyone, including Redacted. I need to stop my addiction, try to listen to people more often, trying to loosen up my sensitivity. Plus, I haven't made any videos, and maybe that is why. I should be more like Redacted than just being a freak. Nobody wants Starman3. Nobody wants it. Anyway.
CD, what the fuck were you thinking? What were you thinking, CD? He called himself that! He called himself that! What were you thinking? What? Bruh. He knows what he is. And you know, that kind of shit just don't go away. It don't just magically stop. You're assuming CD saw it? Well, I tell you what, Ire. Guess what? CD told us, because I asked CD, he was in the DMs with a 13-year-old. And he was like, yeah. I said, what was he doing in the DMs with a 13-year-old? And he said what he was doing in the DMs with a 13-year-old. And after what he said, what he was doing with the DMs with the 13-year-old, he said... He talked about how, you know what? I'll show it. I'll show what he did on Rewind. I think. I don't know if the thing's up by now. But he said that nothing happened because nothing happened in person. He was still in the fucking comes with a 13-year-old talking suggestively to a 13-year-old. CD knew that. CD knew it enough to go and tell his parents, his legal guardians, or whatever you want to call it. CD knew to go tell them about it. So what do you mean if CD knew? CD knew! In 2006, Starman was 17. So 6 plus 7. So add 7 years. So 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, here we go. 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 7 years. That's 7 plus 17. He started his channel in 2006. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Seven plus 17 is 24.
Redacted than just being a freak. Nobody wants Starman3. Nobody wants it. Anyways, thanks for the talk, Redacted. I feel much better. It's better to do something than doing nothing, and sorry for the ping. Whilst his apology clearly showed 2 incredibly positive things, 1 that he was willing to take accountability for his past, and 2 that he was aware that he'd messed up badly, it's important to note the true weight of his actions. He continually preyed upon numerous for a time span of decades, and even after being called out, did very little to rectify any of his actions. One mess up of this type is literally enough to end a Roblox creator's career, as we've seen in cases such as Fave, Kelligish, along with many others that I've covered on my channel. So when a creator has such a continued, abhorrent, and unchanging pattern of discussing behavior towards it becomes somewhat of a joke, and that there will never be any real redemption. These accusations make it so a creator can no longer live a normal life. If you've been exposed as a online, it follows you forever, and whilst it's for a good reason, the impacts on an individual who's been exposed and their future is massive. They can't start another career as a content creator unless they go completely anonymous, and even then they aren't safe from the weight of their actions.
No, that shit's gonna follow you forever. But somehow, some people get away with it. I think of Ice Cubes and that piece of shit Zero. Just saying.
Can't even get a normal job, as the digital footprint of which they've built up online will follow them forever and ruin their reputation to a degree where
the live stream from wait, Wolf Girl, I know the live stream was up. I was talking about the transcript, not the live stream. We never took the live stream down.
working a normal job can become next to impossible. However, it nowhere compares to the volume of trauma, emotional damage, and lifelong ruin falling victim to one of these disgusting freaks can inflict upon an individual.
Thank you, Outbot. Thank you.
Left with psychological issues that will impact almost every aspect of their life for a period of decades at the very minimum. Their career, relationships, and life satisfactions are impacted to such a degree that many are driven to sadly take their own lives. It's no secret that Starman is not an anomaly in the Roblox community. Even during the time he began getting exposed, creators in other YouTube niches akin to the Roblox community, such as children's games like Minecraft, were getting exposed as terrible.
Yep, there goes Minecraft. Minecraft has a lot of them. Roblox has a lot of them. Super Smash Bros has a lot of them.
At an alarming rate. Ever since 2012 onward, we've seen dozens to potentially hundreds of cases where online influencers abuse their massive amounts of power to take advantage of underage and powerless people. In the past year alone, we've seen creators like Ribs, Notive,
okay, you're talking about a bunch of people I don't know. All right, you're talking about a bunch of people I don't know. Hold on. Give me a second. I'll throw myself up here. La 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 la. I'm gonna take y'all on a trip to rewind, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, hold on. I gotta find where CD called in. All right, so I know he's in there about then. All right. How long was he up there? Was he up there long? It was. All right, hold on. Let's look up DMs. Okay, let's not look up DMs. Look up. Shit. I think it was while Nightmare was up there. All right, I'm just gonna. All right, you know what? We'll just play the whole goddamn thing. I'll put it at 1.5. Screw it. Everybody else is gonna do it, right? It's got to do with the subject we're talking about. Shit. Hold on. All right.
Victim blamer?
Yeah.
The girl that he was fighting with in that tweet is not even the victim. That's just some random other person.
Oh.
Like, he goes, do you think this makes it
Wing, thank you for the 5 gifted. I appreciate it.
better? I go, yeah. Like, Xylee, when he gets in here, can you ask him questions and try to get to the bottom of it? He is lost. He doesn't understand.
Yes, get him in here.
He doesn't know how to communicate. He's being labeled as the pedo defender and the victim blamer. And yes, maybe he is a pedo defender because he's defended his friend, but he didn't victim blame, which makes it so much better. Jesus Christ.
So the person he argued with about being banned on Twitter or whatever, and they said they were 13, that wasn't even the person, that was the...
That's not the victim. His friend was being inappropriate with a different minor. I am the hype. Like, Billy, do you see how this went to god awful and oh my god, we're gonna have to separate ways with him, or he's gonna eat crow, or I don't even know where this is going, to like, oh, okay, yeah, you're still an idiot, you still fucked up, but at least you didn't blame the damn victim. Like, everyone's saying it was the 13-year-old victim, and that's not who you were arguing with, is it, CD?
From what I remember, no, she was just somebody with an axe to grind. And
so that wasn't the actual victim.
Not from, listen, this happened a very long time ago now, so my memory's a little spotty, but from what I recall, this was just a woman with an axe to grind against Starman. That's what I remember. And that's why I very, very incorrectly used the words that I did, and I'm sorry that I used them. I've had an awful day, but I remember her, again, just being a girl that had some sort of axe to grind, an axe that she needed to grind so badly that she went out of her way to make several fake profiles, have fake conversations with herself, harass other families, and have to get her own family taken to court because of her actions.
Okay, question. Do you know that for a fact, or is this what Starman told you? Or is this what
what the parental guardians have expressly told me. That she needed to grind so badly that she went.
So the parental guardians, you took their word on all this, because why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
He's a naive retard. Guys, I hate this because he is not an evil person. Did he handle this situation retardedly? Yes, because he's retarded, but he's not evil. No. And bro, I ask you a direct question. I go, hey, everyone in the chat is saying that you're blaming the victim. Why did you blame this person? And you say to me, oh, some random name. I don't recognize the name. Yeah, she's the aggressor.
Okay, so originally Keem came up there and was like, okay, so come to find out that wasn't the victim on Twitter, according to CD. And apparently, Starman has parental guardians. So that's what we know at this point.
Bro, that's not what they're saying. Bro, they were calling you a victim blamer. She's not even the victim. Why would you respond that way?
I don't know. I'm such an idiot, and I've been rattled all day. This has been an awful day for everybody, Keem. And I'm so tired. I just want to be done. Like, all I know is that I'm sorry that I used the words that I used. I came in very, very staunch, very, like, adamant about my word choices, and I still use the wrong word choice anyway. And that's entirely on me.
CD, was she a minor? Okay, awesome. All right,
Yes.
Wait, the person you were arguing with on Twitter was a minor?
Yes.
Keem.
I know, he's an idiot. But that's also not the victim.
You know what I'm thinking. I'm sorry. You know automatically what I'm thinking. I'm sorry. I
just don't believe it. I don't.
Keem knows. Okay, when I tell Keem that he knows what I'm thinking, Keem knows I'm thinking he's a liability. You need to cut those strings. You need to cut those strings, and you'll hear me later just flat out say it. Once you're like, listen, I'm going to be honest with you, especially on the internet. Once you become listen, I am a content creator. Anybody who tells you they're a content creator and they're not here to, this is my job. Content creating is my job. Once you become a liability to my job, I got to cut strings with you. I got to cut them ties. I have to. I'm sorry. That's just the way it works. Yeah, I was telling Keem right here without saying it. I do end up saying it, though.
CD.
I haven't heard any, like, hell or high water from this woman in years. I don't care to talk to her.
CD.
You're calling her a woman, but she's a kid.
Well,
Like,
she was. This was several years ago.
But yeah, CD, you got a lot of fucking reevaluation to do here.
I know.
I don't know.
You know,
I don't know what the answer is.
I think the number one problem, CD, is probably like old men in their 20s at the time playing with 13-year-olds in the same fucking universe in the same game. I think that might be part of the problem.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah. I think knowing what you
There's
knew.
a reason to stay away from certain game genres, and you know this, Keemstar. Minecraft, Roblox, and Smash Bros. They're the ones who always have the issues, do they not?
Yep.
I don't know what else you want me to say. I've made a number of poor decisions, and I'm way over my head.
Well, you should at least clear the air that you weren't victim blaming. I'd say that
I
makes it
wasn't.
better.
I said that multiple times. I was never victim blaming.
But it appeared like you were on Tech Talk tonight. It appeared that you were blaming the victim of your
You're
friend.
correct. It did appear that way, and I can't begin to explain to you how wrong I was.
But don't you do that? Okay, CD has a tendency of doing that a lot, and he always has to come back and go, my mind is all muddled or whatever, or I've had a bad day. I mean, it's always like that with CD. He always has to take back something that he said. Always. It's true. And I like CD.
I just don't want this to stick to him because I think he's a dumb idiot. I don't think he is an evil person.
I don't think he's an evil person either. I agree with you, but unfortunately, it is going to stick with him probably.
It's not fair.
I think that the road to this not haunting you is not going to be solved tonight. I think the idea that you were friends with this guy and you guys played games and servers with kids.
You are still friends with the PDF. And why are you even talking to minors?
Very unnormal behavior.
And
that's why I called out your fucking Roblox account.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And I think like saying he's still friends with the guy. I don't think he's still friends with the guy. Right? You've disavowed him.
He was friends with the guy up until Tech Talk. I'm sorry. Bro.
Now that you've...
Dub says CD has a huge blind spot when it comes to social situations. He knows when things are wrong, but still can't comprehend how it looks. This is how he has got through his whole life, by making excuses. Wings, thank you for joining Band World. Or Wing, excuse me. Wing Zero, thank you for joining Band World.
Disavowed him several times. What more do you want from me?
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, they want more and more and more because they have more and more questions that are impossible to really get answered because you're not a guy capable of giving us the full fucking picture, it seems. You're jumbled just as much as the jumbled accusations against you. So we're having a really hard time trying to...
Okay, so I'm gonna get Nightmare up here. All right, here we go.
We have families in this community. They have kids, bro. If you were in my neck of the woods, bro, you wouldn't even be breathing right now in Minecraft. Bro, I could be fucking stopped for being associated a part of this community right now. I literally pull out all my defensive shit for tonight because I have friends who watch this community and they don't fuck with shit like that.
How
They
much
kill people for stuff like
is
this.
going to take to realize he's just going with whatever narrative best fits? I can't, bro.
That's how a lot of people feel, City. You don't.
They kill people for shit like this. You don't understand. A couple of fucking months ago in my area, a fucking man nearly got fucking burnt alive for being out there for this shit.
20337, thank you. Okay, it wasn't too far in. So we'll go here. We'll go here. All right.
CD,
Hold him accountable?
Well,
He felt like he could help hold the guy accountable. That's what I'm saying.
Billy, just stop for CD. Stop for a second. CD, I need you to think before you talk. All right, and you need to defend yourself. Like, me and Billy can't fucking sit here and try to make sense of what is going on. You got to actually defend yourself on what truly happened. All right.
I maintain my story. He's never had any physical interaction with anybody. And did he goon with some young folks? Yeah, he did. And I very shut up.
Everybody shut the fuck up. Everybody shut the fuck up. It doesn't matter if it was physical. I don't give a fuck if it. What was it? If it wasn't physical, what was it, CD? What was it?
Swapping messages that I very harshly admonished him for.
Wait, hold on, Nightmare. Hold on, Nightmare. What kind of messages, CD?
RP and sexual in nature.
With a 13-year-old?
You're a fucking creature, mate.
I don't give a fuck if it was physical or not. How would you feel if that was your 13-year-old child?
I wasn't thinking that far ahead because I'm not a parent. I tried to lead my friend down the straight and narrow.
I am not being on a platform with a fucking...
Period. Period. So, the question is, did CD know? Yes, CD knew. Yes, he knew. He knew. %, he knew. Khan, welcome to Cash Cow. Thank you. He most definitely knew. So there's your answer to your question. He knew about that shit. I don't get it. I really, really, really don't get it. I doubt Lacey knew anything before she went out with CD. She met Lacey through Keem. Okay? Let's not do the guilt by association to Lacey with CD. CD already has to deal with the guilt by association by being friends with that guy. So, Waylon Zyler, you are invaluable to the network. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's so kind of you to say. Thank you. It's a question, Xylee. That's it. That's all. I think that's kind of a crazy question because I don't know how Lacey would have known that. I don't think Lacey would know something like that, and I don't think Lacey would have went out with him if she'd have known that. Just saying. Khan, this Discord mom keeping us all safe one day at a time. Shit. So, yep. So there you go. That's who Starman is, and CD, for some reason, decided to be that person's friend. I do not get it. All right, how much time we got? We got an hour. This video is 45 minutes. All right, we're doing it at 1.5. Yeah, exactly, Angel. Yeah, I don't like the girl, but definitely don't think she had any idea beforehand. Yeah, exactly. You know what? I can tell you. Just call me Tartan. How did this get missed with Keem's investigation on CD was done and is a good question. All right, easy. He was looking into Radio Sega. He wasn't looking into Roblox. He wasn't looking into any of that. Not everything is linear. You know what I mean? Not everything is linear. So. And CD didn't do anything. And in the sense of, CD wasn't one out there messaging girls. CD wasn't the one out there getting canceled for messaging girls and having videos made on him. Apparently, he wasn't mentioned in the videos. I think he was in one video. But that video was so old, it would have been easy to miss. So, what CD did was befriend the guy. So, all right. Now this video, thank God it doesn't start with a white screen like the last one. This video is about van life kids finally expose their parents. And I found this topic kind of interesting, so I wanted to watch it. Locale Anonymous says, I've been missing out, LOL. I dig this show, W. Xylee. Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you. I appreciate it.
If your family forced you to live in a van, how long before you lose your mind? Sleeping on floors every night, no privacy.
Those kids are sleeping in literal coffins.
Toilets out in the open, forced to work to keep your parents' dream alive.
We had a horrible day today, so we decided to make our 14-year-old set up the camper for us.
And while parents keep pumping out more kids and more content.
Because there's no...
I'm trying to record, Daddy!
Not even pets are safe. This is van life. Many of these influencers thrive on quiet kids and smiling footage, but now the kids are finally speaking up. My mom is a total...
Stop putting your kids on camera and making them content. Can we please stop that? Can we please stop putting kids on the camera and making them your fucking content? Can the kids just be kids, like live life like kids, like, you know, going to plays, playing with kids at the park, you know, riding their scooters around, riding their skateboards? Like, can we stop that shit, please? Because you got to think, on YouTube and as far as influencers go, they don't have laws for those kids. They don't have working laws for those kids. For child actors and like the Actors Guild, there are actual laws in place for those kids. There are no laws in place for these kids. None.
She abuses us off camera. So, is this really minimalist living or confinement dressed up as wholesome content? Van life. It's a lifestyle where the open road is both the journey and the destination as people abandon their permanent homes for vans or campers remodeled with kitchens, beds, and even bathrooms. The reduced cost of living and travel was perfect for young adults or retirees. But was it perfect for children? What happens when you mix high energy, still growing children with a lifestyle known for unstable routines and lack of resources? Being the romanticized image of freedom and simplicity, van life reveals a troubling reality. Let's talk about family number one, the Peachy family. Brighton Peachy, a mom of 3 and former ER worker, turned to nature after a distracted driver hit her family, leaving her 18-month-old son with injuries and herself with PTSD. So, to help with recovery, they began walking trails, where her son eventually spoke his first words since the accident. Bub. As Brighton put it, nature is healing. Eventually, the kids were back to their carefree selves, and Brighton started sharing their outdoor adventures online. Brighton wasn't shy about how difficult these outings could be.
Be prepared to embrace the mess because there's no avoiding it. Have you ever gone halfway through something and realized it is just not working?
Still, she didn't agree with the criticism that this lifestyle put her young at risk.
I would hope they're homeschooling them at least. Oh my God. P.S. Your own neighborhood isn't necessarily safe either. You're more likely to get hurt in your car than on trail.
Yes, your own neighborhood isn't necessarily safe either. You're more likely to get hurt in your car than on your trail.
Oh, Illinois has laws for content kids. Hopefully more states will follow suit. It's mainly about pay for them, but at least it's something. Oh, I didn't know that, Deets. Do they really? I didn't know that.
Brighton wrote. Eventually, she left her job in the ER and became a full-time content creator. And given that her young children are a major part of her crew, she made sure that the school system didn't get in the way.
So a lot of people have asked why we wanted to homeschool, and there's kind of a bunch of reasons. So the first is obviously like the flexibility, so we can travel, especially with my husband's schedule.
With her husband being the only one with a stable job, she admitted they were barely getting by financially. But to Brighton, money didn't matter. Time with each other did. Brighton also claimed that she was a better mom outside and that she found it easier for her to connect and be present with the children, without household chores getting in the way. But when Brighton and her husband decided to turn their lives into back-to-back adventures, the internet began to question, was what was best for the parents the same as what was best for the kids? After converting their van into a camper, the family of 5 were ready to take their adventures on the road. Their fans were mainly happy for them, but there was one concern. Where does the baby sleep?
Here we ended up doing triple bunks for the boys, which I'm so glad we did. They're super awesome. This folds down to make it easy for them to climb in, latches so they won't fall out.
When Brighton showed off the sleeping arrangements, the internet was shocked.
Those kids are sleeping in literal coffins.
Yes, many believe the parents were putting their thirst for nature first and the well-being of their children second. The bottom bunk is giving me a panic attack. I'd call CPS if I had to live there. Viewers were also disturbed by the obvious unequal division of space among the family. Then the parents get a king size. They get a queen and the kids get cubbies/coffins. But how did the children feel? Well, according to their mother, our boys love having their own little bunk, rather than getting shuffled to new hotels, Airbnb every night of a road trip with no routine or consistency. The bunks are big enough for them to sit up and play in. This setup might not...
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. You doing anything with your kids online, you better expect you're going to get... Listen, even when it's not... Even when the criticism is absolutely retarded, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. When it comes to kids, people, I mean, it could be the simplest thing that honestly shouldn't even be cancelable, but they're going to get you. Yeah, the Nerd's new time starts Monday.
work for everyone, but it works for us. However, despite these claims, some pointed out that she doesn't always value her kids' input, once admitting, "My kids complain most of the time when I say, we're going hiking, even though they always have fun." Eventually, Brighton clarifies that her critics misinterpreted one key factor in these living arrangements.
Apparently a lot of people missed it, that this is our camper van that we use for obviously camping, road trips, traveling. Just makes it way easier with 3 kids.
That's right, Brighton and her family had their own home. The camper was just for vacations. For some, this explanation was all they needed. But since they pulled their kids out of school to travel often, others still worried. Those poor kids. It would be nicer if it's a little bit bigger. Still, if the family wasn't doing van life full time, what was the big deal? This next family shows how even temporary choices can have lasting impact. Family number 2, the Happy Caravan. They consist of 2 parents, Amber and Mark, 11 children.
Okay, now, I can't help this because I'm a reality TV slut, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you. I am a reality TV slut. I can't help it. And for some reason, when I see a mom and dad and a bunch of kids and they all have musical instruments and they're in a band, I automatically think bad stuff. I can't help it. I have seen way too much reality TV and then turning around and hearing the bad shit afterwards. It's just every time I see that, I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit. This is going to be a story either now or it's going to be a story years down the road. Oh God. Yes, Sarah, you know, I totally think the same way. Yes, I can't help it. Every time I see a mom and a dad and then the kids with musical instruments or they're singing, I'm like, something. I'm hoping it's good because I just, for some reason, I feel like it's going to be bad. Powerade says Daddy 05 is just an example of problem with family channels. True. Well, this is about traveling channels, so I don't know how this one goes, to be honest.
And a musical legacy. Their talent even landed them a TLC show, Big Family, Big City.
Music is the heartbeat of our home.
Ta-da!
It's a huge part of our family. It gives the kids purpose, drive, structure.
And it keeps them out of trouble.
They describe themselves as a lively crew of dreamers, explorers, and memory makers, always on the move. But behind the scenes, things were more cramped than cozy. Before they were on TV, and before their 11th child, the entire family lived in a 30-foot trailer.
We sleep in the trailer. This is where the little girls sleep. It used to be a table, but it converts into a bed. Here's the couch, and Noah's sleeping on it. Here's where Enoch sleeps. Here's Elijah. He has a top bunk. Down here are Pearl and Naomi. Here's where Josiah sleeps.
Oh, it is in the video. I was like, what is that extra damn sound coming from?
This is where Moses sleeps.
Okay, so they're really religious too. See, that's... Oh, oof.
This is where Mommy and Daddy sleep.
Overcrowded was an understatement. Reports have shown that housing crowding can affect a child's academics, behavior, health, and long-term well-being. However, Amber and Mark weren't concerned with overcrowding.
Commented, why would you have a big family if you don't have enough money to give them each their own room or to give them more space? And I guess my answer is, when you have a child, it's an act of faith.
And for some, the mother's reasoning made sense. If your family is happy and loving, who cares how many bedrooms you have? Kids need love, not space, not things. But while love might be enough for some families, CPS might disagree. See, in certain states, overcrowding can be a sign of child abuse or neglect, making it grounds for intervention. And if losing their children wasn't enough to scare Amber and Mark straight, perhaps the comment section would do the trick. God doesn't get your family off the streets, you do. I personally have anxiety and ADHD, and sharing a room just with my sister was absolutely not fun. I never could decompress or ever be alone. Fortunately, these kids didn't have to be bound to a life on wheels forever. Despite all being homeschooled, the oldest 3 managed to earn scholarships. One even got into Juilliard.
Oh, good for her.
After this, the family moved to New York City, and at last, the kids could finally live their lives in an actual home. But new problems arose. How did this big family live in one of the most expensive cities in the country when they previously couldn't afford a proper home?
This is Amber from the Happy Caravan. I'm a mom of 10 kids, and we live in New York City. And today I'm going to talk about the most controversial thing that comes up in the comments and in like videos about us and stuff, and that is busking.
Busking is a form of street art that involves musical performances in exchange for money. It sounds harmless enough, so why was busking a controversial topic?
No!
Well, that came down to the fact that the children were...
I told you. I told you. I fucking told you. I always get worried when I see a mom and a dad and a bunch of kids and they all have musical instruments. I told you. I fucking told you. I get worried every time I see it. And it's not, okay, and I'm not saying that every time I get worried, I'm right, all right? I'm not saying that. I told you. Harley Quinn's like, Auntie, why do you always want me to throw my things? I want to throw things too, okay? Where's my trauma cow? Oh, there it is. There's my trauma cow, okay?
Seemingly forced to busk by their parents to afford expenses. Amber explained that busking has always been a group activity for their family. It began when Mark and Amber only had 5 children at the time, 3 of whom were old enough to attend a music camp in California. According to Amber, despite the children being offered a scholarship, they still had to pay $500. The camp manager suggested that Amber and the kids play in public spaces to earn the money. So together, the mother and her children earned the money performing. 2 weeks later, her oldest son needed a new violin teacher. The lessons were $95 a week, and her husband's reaction to the price spoke volumes.
He's like, Amber, you make me feel like half a man. Like, we can't afford this.
So Amber had to be
Well, this one time at band camp, Jesus Lord have mercy. You're diabolical for that donation, bruh.
resourceful. Again, Amber and the kids started busking and made the money to pay for her son's first lesson. Since then, the family has continued to pay for music-related expenses by getting their kids to busk 5 days a week on the streets of New York, rain or shine, a choice many have described as panhandling and exploitative. Others added, they are young children unsupervised in New York City, and they play for hours on hours, even into the night. You can't convince me that all of them independently want to play instruments at that level, and all string instruments at that. And from what happened on the first episode of Big Family, Big City, it seems this comment might be onto something.
Then they asked the mom, like, do you force the kids to play instruments? And she's like, no, they love it. They absolutely love it. And then it cuts to one of the little kids being like, yeah, when we were born, our mom just chose what instrument we would play. They couldn't even choose what fucking instrument they wanted to play.
Those who witnessed the children
Bro. Angel said after the last 24 hours of the LCU, you might need a trauma cow. Listen, get your own trauma cow. This one smells like mint chocolate chip ice cream because Huge Ass is a big troll. All right. And he got me this. And it's now my trauma cow. Yeah, exactly, Sarah. There it is. Fuck off. They love it. Exactly.
also claimed they looked miserable. I saw them a few months ago performing in Port Authority on a Sunday. Just the kids, no parents. They didn't seem to be enjoying themselves. Definitely made me sad. Saw them performing around holiday time right by Rockefeller Center. I felt bad because it was windy and cold that day, and the poor kids were wearing tights and dresses. Dad was standing a few feet away on his phone. But with the children playing their instruments and lessons, at least Amber and Mark were able to save money to invest in a good home for their kids. Right? Wrong. See, following their daughter to New York City meant paying New York City prices, which ended up being $12,300 a month for a 2-bedroom home. But
wait, how much? How much?
City meant paying New York City prices, which ended up being $12,300 a month.
Bruh. I've looked into EDP. No, thank you. No, thank you.
For a 2-bedroom home. But if you thought the Happy Caravan family was odd, this next family is even more peculiar. Family number 3, Wild Family Life. This unconventional family consists of 3 children, divorced parents Nadine and Sasha, along with an extra passenger, the mother's boyfriend, Alex, all in one van. In 2016, Nadine and Sasha decided to sell everything they owned to start traveling with their children, even when they were no longer husband and wife.
We were street artists before. We did big bubbles for children on the street. We earned good money with that.
Along the way, Nadine met her boyfriend, Alex.
My ex and Alex came along good with each other from the very first beginning.
Yes, instead of stirring
I'm kind of with you. Red flag. Red flag. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. Deets, yeah, the boyfriend is with them? Everybody grab your trauma cow. Grab your trauma cow. Oh my God. This is horrible. This is horrible. What the fuck is going on? Oh my God. Shit. With so much drama in the LCU, it's kind of hard being Xylee shouting true. I'm telling you, bro. Shit.
trauma, the parents saw Alex as a positive addition to the family who could help with responsibilities and childcare. In fact, they had optimistic takes on everything surrounding their van life, captioning one video, "Van life equals homeless? Goal, I have the most beautiful front yard with a lot of neighbors." And many agreed the family appeared to be living their best lives. But things weren't always picture perfect for the Wild family life.
We don't have an address anymore.
They worked online, on YouTube and Instagram, a job they took out of necessity during the pandemic.
I have 2 German channels. I know most of you think that's not the real job. That's fine with me. If you didn't try it yourself, you don't know. It's a hard job like everything else, like every other job. We just have the freedom to live and be wherever we want. That's the only difference.
But 5 years in a camper with your ex, your partner, and your kids isn't always bliss.
Sometimes I say f, and also sometimes I cry, and also sometimes I say f and cry at the same time.
Scrolling through Wild Family Life's TikTok page, video.
Okay, listen. If you're like crying and you're having mental breakdowns, do you think that's good for the kids to see? You're in such a tight space. Do you think they don't notice that shit? Voldemort vibes. Thank you for the 2. Holy shit. Yeah, Maya, grab your cat. Edna knows better. She hears me yelling. She's like, nah, I ain't going near. See, Pumpkin, when Pumpkin was alive, she would hear me yell. Pumpkin would have been right here by now. She would have been right here beside me because when I yell, she used to like to put her paw on me and go like, "Mommy, are you okay?"
Videos like this aren't only common, but they also often feature Nadine's boyfriend, Alex.
When people ask how my mental state is,
sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe.
And the tension leaked into their videos.
Stop trying to do everything.
And who the is gonna do it?
Despite previously claiming that their 3-way partnership made it easy to handle their responsibilities, Nadine captioned the video, "Men don't change during travels." So how are the 3 children being impacted by all of this? While viewers have urged the family to let their children have normal childhood, including enrolling them in school, Nadine responded with sarcasm.
Ew, this is so cringe. Guilty.
And even philosophy.
The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion.
According to Nadine, they always put the kids first, which is why they chose van life.
Like, I wanted to travel, and I wanted the dad of my children to be with my kids, and he wanted, of course, to be with his kids as well, so we decided to do that together.
She even seemed to allude the kids also chose this life, writing, "Kids are capable of making decisions when it comes to their own lives," and even spoke for them, saying,
I need a cigarette too. This vape ain't doing it. I need a cigarette too. Bruh.
They love being in a car because when they open the door, they, have a huge, they have a lot of possibilities, opportunities. Like when we're at the beach, it's nicer for my son to play. He loves being outside. So for him, being in an apartment is not that good.
But at the same time, contradicted herself.
But they also appreciate having an apartment from time to time. It's, it's going up and down.
They're kids. Kids need stability, I would think. I mean, don't kids need stability? Who looks after the kids while they making more kids? Bro, listen, there's 3 of them. So at least there's one person free while the other 2 are doing what they do, I guess. I would think. I would hope. Maybe. I don't know. Don't ask me questions like that. I don't know. You act like I'm there. The fuck? Shit. Damn.
He likes it now because he has more space. He's coming into teenage, so he appreciates that as well. But he also has his space in the car, so he's just closing the curtain and it's his space. So.
While a growing child probably has an increasing desire for more privacy, Nadine remained firm that this was the life her children chose.
We actually talk to our kids. I swear. We ask them if they're fine with what we're doing, if they like what we're doing, if they like what they're doing with us, It's their lives too.
However, eventually the van life ended for Wild family life, for the safety of her baby girl who was learning how to walk.
There's not a place for a baby to be outside, actually, and during daytime it's super hot. The sun, like in summer, but also in winter, can be very hot during daytime, but really cold during night and in the mornings.
Now, what happens when parents don't consider their children at all? Introducing family number 4, party of 6. They consist of parents, Tiff and Ryan, and 4 children.
Hi, we're a party of 6. Okay, that's another thing that scares me when I see 2 parents and a bunch of kids. When they start off a video where they all chant the exact same thing. That also is kind of a red flag for me. Not saying all of them are like that, but when I see that, I kind of look sideways and going, And if they all chant the same thing and they have musical instruments, bruh.
Like the other families we've discussed, these guys are full-time van lifers. It all started after Tiff was diagnosed with multiple illnesses and lived with PTSD from childhood abuse. It was a lot for anyone to handle, especially a mother of 4. So they made a change. Ryan left his corporate job. They lost their insurance, forcing Tiff to treat her autoimmune diseases holistically. They sold their dream home. They pulled their children out of school. And they started living in a camper full-time in 2020, documenting their adventures and homeschooling for the entire world to see.
But hey, we don't have a plan. We just do it, right? Just do it. That's how we roll.
This was life-changing for Tiff. My stress is low. It was a lot taking care of a big house and pool. I don't set an alarm clock. The sun wakes me up. But while the parents downsized their lifestyle, did their children also downsize their childhoods? See, despite remodeling their RV to create their dream bedroom,
in our master bedroom, we have a stackable washer and dryer and a king-size bed that has full storage underneath.
The children's sleeping quarters weren't nearly as extravagant.
Our bunkhouse has 2 beds where 2 of our kids sleep, and then we have a queen pull-out sofa bed where the other 2 sleep.
And it was as bad as it looked.
I usually sleep on my side.
But really, he has this table that we bought on Amazon. It's like for breakfast in bed, and so his feet actually go under that.
He seemed to sleep strictly in a fetal position to fit in his bed, which he'd likely soon outgrow. He couldn't even catch a safe night's sleep without being held by a net.
Yeah, I sleep with the net. It keeps me safe. Once I didn't sleep with it and I fell out of bed, so now I sleep with it.
All this while the parents dedicated a notable portion of the 42-foot Fleetwood Discovery motorhome to themselves and their king-size bed. People were shocked. The parents once again...
Okay, to be fair, did you see the dad? He's gonna need a king-size bed. I'm just saying. Bro, what's up, shenanigans? This is ridiculous. Yeah, that net is crazy. I hate people. This is why I hate people. I cannot stand the human race. Just saying.
Having 2/4 of the RV. The kids sleep on a half a twin. The girls don't even have their own bed. Your kids don't have rooms. Strangers online were concerned. But what about the parents? Well, so far, they haven't acknowledged the public out.
Okay, see, and okay. Oh, God, how do I put this? All right. I just think about, like, you're living like that. What happens when your kids hit puberty? You know, boys have things that go on and they start exploring and doing their things, and they need a private space to be able to do those things. And girls the same way. They're going through puberty and things happen to their body and they need a private space to deal with that. Like, how is this healthy for those kids where they don't have a room to go and close the door and have that private time to deal with that? If you know what I mean. Like, really? You know? Like, how is that healthy for a child? Because they're still a child. When they go through puberty, they're still a kid. Yeah, there's a lack of privacy there, 100%. That's the only thing I feel bad for the kids in that way. Like, if you're going on a trip, like, okay, we're going to take the RV and we're going all summer long and we're going to travel across the United States. Okay, no problem. It's all summer long, but it's temporary. It's literally for the purpose of a trip. I get it. Cool. I don't have a problem with that. But, like, to live like that day in, day out with no end, I just feel like that's a bit much. You know, like if it was like a summer trip, y'all are going to take month long, 2 months long, 2.5 months long, 3 months long, whatever, fine. But to live like that day in and day out, I just feel like that's bad for the kids, I would think. Yeah, it does. It sounds fun as fuck for a vacation thing, but like a everyday living thing? I don't know, man.
Cry. Instead, they focus on content that's catered to their religious beliefs, their travels, and their RV.
Every time. Every fucking time. Every fucking time.
They were, however, willing to share how they found ways to be intimate with each other while living in a confined space with their kids.
We have locks on our doors.
We have it sound out. And then if you have ever been in an RV when we do laundry, the whole house shakes.
One user commented, "I promise you, they can still hear it," to which Ryan and Tiff replied, "I didn't realize you were here." Another user continued to argue, "As someone who spent part of my childhood in an RV, there's no 100% hiding it. The kids know, and it was so uncomfortable." Again, Ryan and Tiff hit them with a snide response. "I'm sorry your parents weren't good at hiding it." So far, a common trait among these van life parents is their tendency to either blindly dismiss criticism, respond with mockery, or simply ignore it altogether. But what happens when the refusal to acknowledge what's wrong leads one child to their breaking point? Next is family number 5, the family of nomads. Jessica, the mother behind this van life account, once said,
"It's brave to make decisions that are hard and what is best for your family."
How many fucking influencers are doing this shit? God, I didn't realize it was this many. And I'm sure she ain't hitting all of them.
But her own family tells a different story. Their family consists of parents, Jessica and Garrett, 3 children, and 3 pet rats.
There's 5 people living in this camper, and typically when we show you guys videos, it's immaculate clean, and we wanted to show you what it looks like on a day-to-day basis.
And their setup didn't make living easy, especially for the kids. They had to pack the camper before every move.
Addison puts the ladders on the bed, TJ unpacks the storage containers and lays them flat on the floor of the bunk room. Grace and Addison put everything just on the counters, onto the couch, or either into the sink so it doesn't fly around while we're driving.
Waylon says, I guess they don't seem like the type to do it. Oh my God, you're horrible. You are diabolical. Diabolical. What is wrong with you, bro? What is wrong with you? Like, I love your donations. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate it, but what is wrong with you? You're a fun troll, though. I like you. I like you. You know what? I'm going to heart that donation. That's how much I liked it. Oh, shit. Sorry. Hit the wrong button.
TJ takes out the trash. They get all their stuff that they want in the truck. They get in the truck, buckle up, and we are ready to go.
Granted, this was their RV before they remodeled, but did the upgrades make this experience any better for the kids?
In the back of the camper is where the kids sleep. Grace is 11 and sleeps on the top bunk. TJ is 9 and sleeps on the bottom. Addison is 14 and sleeps in this loft area up here. This bunk room is a major reason why we love this camper so much.
That's right. For their eldest child to get a good night's sleep, they had to climb and crawl to a mattress that they couldn't even sit up on. The kids even shared their bedroom with a large cage housing their 3 rats.
Our kids have 3 pet rats, and even though it's a small space, the rats still have plenty of room.
In their tiny space, they also shared a small washroom.
This is the kids' half bathroom.
Okay, not gonna lie, that camper is actually pretty fucking big. Waylon, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, they have 3 rats. Yes, rats. Rats. And Dietz is like, rats? Nah, fam. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Waylon. You're very nice. That was very nice of you.
Access to their parents' bedroom for showers.
Our full-size bathroom, which is where we all take showers.
In comparison, the parents' bedroom was much more generous.
In the front of the camper, you go up the stairs to the master bedroom, where we have a walk-in closet.
Viewers had a lot to be concerned about. Baby, your children do not like this. I think most of the time the kids hate this because they don't get normal social interaction with their peers. I can definitely see these kids on a Netflix documentary in the future. But Jessica assured viewers, they have lots of friends. The RV community is amazing. The kids are having a blast. Some were even concerned about the rat's cage. They need proper ventilation, not with the plexiglass. Pneumonia fumes can get them really sick. They need a cage with enough ventilation. To make matters worse, severe weather was another concern added to their list.
In the middle of the night, we got a notification on our phone that there was a tornado watch, and we drove to a Buc-ee's so that we had a safe place to go in case there ended up being an actual tornado.
Still, there were many supporters. The stories your kids are going to be able to tell for the rest of their lives.
YOLO, Buc-ee's! I love Buc-ee's. I love Buc-ee's. I can understand. I loved it. I loved Buc-ee's. That's the one thing I'm going to miss about Texas. It's a fucking Buc-ee's. Yeah, rat pee? Yeah. Xylee, can you show tiny houses? What do you mean, can I show tiny houses? You know, fun fact, I almost got a tiny house. I was looking into getting a tiny house before I met my now husband. Because I was like, fuck it, I'm going to be single the rest of my life. Fuck it, a tiny house and a cat? Pfft, I'm going to be good. I don't need a big house. Fuck, I'm having a big house. Yeah, I was actually about to do a camper and redo the whole inside of it and everything. Hell yeah. And I can tell you now, if I didn't have Mr. Xylee now, that's exactly how I'd be living. I'd be in a camper that redid the whole inside, made it all nice, and hell yeah, I would. What do I need a big house for? I'm not trying to do all that cleaning. The hell?
But little did they know, this would foreshadow the dark outcome for one of their children, Addison. Addison was ready to leave their mobile nest and prepare for this change. Addison was cooking for the entire family for a couple of weeks.
And she has made the most amazing meals ever, and I don't think that I ever want her to stop cooking for us.
Seems like a heartfelt comment from a mother who wasn't ready for her child to grow up. That is, until you learn about the entire story. See, Addison was known to pick up the slack for their parents.
We had a horrible day today, so we decided to make our 14-year-old set up the camper for us. She did absolutely everything by herself. We didn't help her even a little bit.
But if Jessica was happy to give Addison adult responsibilities, and Addison was happy to take them on, what was the problem? After all, from the videos Jessica posted, it seemed the teen loved van life.
A day in the life of our 14-year-old Addison living in the camper. First she wakes up and makes herself breakfast. Today she had eggs. Then she does her schoolwork. It's all in line. She does her daily chore. Today she collected some firewood with her brother. She loves painting, so she painted. Then she played her Nintendo Switch. We went for a family walk before dinner. Then she had leftover pizza for dinner. Then she got ready and went to bed.
Jessica even captioned this video, not a bad life for a teenager. And yet, was this teenager even happy living in an RV?
Okay. I don't know. Like, I wonder with all these kids, like, what is their social interaction like with the other kids? That's another worry of mine too. Like, do these kids have social interactions with other kids? You know, like, do they have like a best friend that they talk to all the time and they get to spend their time with their best friend? I mean, social interaction is always, you know, like, it's important for kids to have that. Bro, I don't know, man. Like a vacation thing, I can see it, but not an everyday thing.
For one,
good morning,
just
K-Hub.
listen to what Addison wanted for their birthday.
For Addison's 15th birthday, the only thing they wanted was to go to a hotel.
Yep, their present was a night with a real room and a real bed. And while this video was shortly deleted, Addison later came forward with some troubling insight into what their time living in the RV had actually been like.
What a lot of people don't know is what goes on behind the scenes, and I think I'm ready to talk about it.
In September 2024, Addison opened up about a mental...
Wait, no, we're going back. Disclaimer, I was made to sign an NDA by my mom stating I could not talk about her on the internet, but I feel she has breached it already, so here I am. What?
Shortly deleted, Addison later came forward with some troubling insight into what their time living in the RV had actually been like.
What a lot of people don't know is what goes on behind the scenes, and I think I'm ready to talk about it.
In September 2024, Addison opened up about a mental condition they have been struggling with since 8 years old, the same age they tried to take their own life and was admitted to a mental health facility. They were...
What? At 8? At 8? Oh no, baby girl, no, not at 8. At 8 years old, that should be the last thing on your mind. Oh, come on. That breaks my fucking heart. Jay Mitty, thank you for joining Cash Cow. Fuck, bro. At 8 years old, thinking about doing something like that? That's a baby. Happy birthday, K-Huck. Damn. That's sad. That breaks my fucking heart. Yeah, Deets. At 8, you should be just thinking about fireflies and coloring, or playing with dolls, or playing with your cars, or whatever kids play with now. I mean, that's what you should be thinking about. Come on.
Were diagnosed with PANS, a condition that can cause sudden severe psychiatric symptoms. Addison didn't know what exactly triggered the symptoms.
Is a clinical diagnosis given to children who have dramatic, sometimes overnight onset neuropsychiatric symptoms, including obsessions, compulsions, or food restriction. They often diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, or an eating disorder, but the sudden onset of symptoms separates PANS from these other disorders. In addition, they may have symptoms of depression, irritability, anxiety, and have difficulties with schoolwork. The cause of PANS is unknown in most cases, but it is thought to be triggered by infections, metabolic disturbances, and other inflammatory reactions. The rats? I'm kidding. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. Fuck. Oh, that's fucking sad, bro. Wait, how old was she when she got diagnosed?
Condition they have been struggling with since 8 years old, the same age they tried to take their own...
She was 8 and feeling like that, and you decide to put her in a van to live? She was diagnosed with at 8 years old with that? Come on.
life and was admitted to a mental health facility. They were diagnosed with PANS, a condition that can cause sudden severe psychiatric symptoms. Addison didn't know what exactly triggered the symptoms, but it was clear Addison was suffering.
Basically, I would have psychotic outbreaks every day. I would try to attack my family. I would try to attack myself. I would threaten people, mainly my family.
At some point, it was no longer controllable, and they had to see a holistic professional who treated Addison to bi-weekly injections for 18 months. Soon after, the family of nomads decided to travel full-time in a cramped RV.
My mom, like,
your child is already having psychiatric issues that she can't help. She can't help, okay? And you think it's a good fucking idea to put her in a fucking van and live there full fucking time. Your child already has issues that she needs help with, and you think it's a good fucking idea to do that. Really? That's sick.
To say that that was the reason that we started. And I agree that was a great thing to do, to start maybe for like a couple days or like maybe a couple weeks, maybe just go camping, but not for 3 years.
According to Addison, camping full-time from 12 to 15 years old while they continued to struggle with depression, anxiety, and autism was not a good mix.
I ended up not having many friends. I ended up not being able to learn how to take care of myself. I ended up having terrible social anxiety.
Of course, this completely contradicted their mother's claim that the children had a thriving social life and learned life skills while on the road. In reality, Addison only struggled further and further.
So, it was April of 2022, I think, I had been diagnosed with an
Addison believed that their ED was impossible for their mother to not notice in the cramped camper, but allegedly, Jessica chose not to do anything about it until Addison came clean to her. On the verge of dying from malnutrition, Addison was sent to the hospital. Addison believed that their ED was impossible for their mother to not notice in the cramped camper, but allegedly, Jessica chose not to do anything about it until Addison came clean to her. On the verge of dying from malnutrition, Addison was sent to the hospital.
How? I need somebody to explain to me how your child goes so long to where they're about to die of malnutrition and you don't notice. Especially in a close quarters like that. It's not like they're taking their food. They're allowed to take their food into their room. Like my mother, she would never let me eat in my room. I had to eat at the dinner table, right? But it's not like they're living in a house where the child's like, yeah, mom, I'm going to go eat. I'm going to take my plate of food to my room. And like they throw away the food. All right. The parents think the kid is eating, but they're not. You're in a cramped quarter. You're in cramped quarters. There are no doors. You see your child everywhere they go in the van. I don't understand how you would not know it. Like, what?
Months later, in September, Addison had to be institutionalized again for 2 weeks. Then they were sent to a partial hospitalization program and an intensive outpatient program. After Addison was discharged, the family wanted to move on with their lives. But in February 2023, Addison's mental health started going downhill again.
I started struggling more with self-harming, and eventually I was admitted 3 times in 2 weeks.
Following their third admission, Addison was sent to wilderness therapy, an experience that wouldn't be erased from the teen's memory anytime soon.
Okay, wilderness therapy. That's another red flag. How many bad stories have we heard about wilderness therapy or like camps, you know, the places that you send bad kids and stuff like that in the woods? How many times have we heard bad stories about those places? A lot. And they do things holistically. I feel like she needs medication and she's not giving them. What's up, John Bon Zombie? Yeah, ranches. Thank you. That's the word I was trying to use, ranches. We've heard about ranches, the wilderness camps. I mean, bro. Yeah, Paris Hilton did expose the one she was sent to. She sure did. She sure as fuck did. I was so proud of her when she did that.
There, we drank cow trough water that was bleached. We also,
Wait, what?
Memory anytime soon.
There, we drank cow trough water that was bleached. We also dug our own holes to use the bathroom in. We built our own fires to stay warm. I was there from February 25th to May 16th, so it was prime Utah winter, and the snow was really high to some points.
Then, the day after they got out of wilderness therapy, they were sent to an autism treatment center, which they described as basically boarding school. Unlike wilderness therapy, Addison described the autism treatment center as
really nice.
However, it seemed Addison wasn't allowed to have nice things. Since the center wasn't covered by insurance, Addison was pulled from the facility 3 months early. In March 2024, they spiraled again. Addison was sent to 2 different short-term mental institutions and 1 long-term institution for 4 months, which they described as
the worst place I've ever been in, and hopefully my last.
Since then, Addison has been living with her grandmother. But while Addison's story...
Thank you. And I hope they get her whatever therapy and medication she needs. Because that has got to be fucking traumatizing for a kid. Oh, my 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 7 years. 7 years dealing with that? That's got to be traumatizing. It has to be. Damn, man, that's fucked up. Fuck.
It made it clear life on the road could have devastating consequences for children. The teen made sure to add a disclaimer to the video.
I don't want to bash my mom. I don't.
Xylee, you are unintelligent. Keep crying, you dumb bitch. Well, you know what you can do? You can go and yell at me from the bushes. Thank you.
Want her to lose her followers, as this could lead to my siblings being hurt. This could lead to my mom losing her job and my siblings having nowhere to stay.
But what did Addison's parents do while they were going through all this? When Addison was hospitalized back in September 2022, Jessica made a video.
Addison was recently diagnosed with autism, and as much as we all love to travel, we had to make the decision to be stationary for a little bit to get Addison the therapies that she needed. Immediately following the autism diagnosis, Addison, Grace, and I flew to Florida, which is where we will be stationary for about 6 to 12 months.
Jessica made no mention of an ED in this video. However, that could be to protect Addison's privacy. After all, it seemed like Jessica was putting her daughter first, until she said this.
Honestly, it has really sucked being stationary for the past 6 months in Florida. I am so over this and ready to start traveling again. After 2 years of traveling prior to this, I just am ready to leave.
The mother sounded almost annoyed. Was it possible
Okay, I'm sorry. Once you're a parent, your needs... I mean, listen, you got to take care of yourself, take care of your kids, obviously, right? But I would think that your children come first. You want to help your traveling bug that you need to travel in the summertime between school, when school's out. Travel in the summertime. That way you can get it out, and then next summer you'll be traveling again. No problem. But you got to create a stable home for these kids, bro. Shit.
She resented her daughter for forcing them to take this prolonged pit stop? From her wording alone, specifically, it has really sucked being stationary. It felt more like she was irritated that she couldn't travel. One user commented, "Imagine how your kids feel," to which Jessica replied, "The kids love the lifestyle and they too are ready to get moving again." Of course, this wasn't the full truth. It was following this post that something changed.
The kids wanted to make hot chocolate for the holidays, and I got all of the ingredients at the store, but forgot to get milk.
This was uploaded in December 2022, just a few months after Addison's treatment for their ED and a few months before their next struggle. This would be the last time the teen was seen on her mother's TikTok page, at least according to the videos that remain. See, internet users noticed that posts were deleted from Jessica's TikTok and Instagram. Allegedly, Jessica revealed further details regarding Addison's ED and the treatments in these deleted posts, including videos and pictures of their recovery. It's also been alleged that the mother downplayed her daughter's ED, basically saying that she didn't care that her daughter was developing it. One Reddit user...
And see, and that's another thing, too. That's another thing that irritates the absolute fuck out of me. And this is why I don't like the kids being forefront in this content. All this shit that this girl has gone through, it is nobody's fucking business. It's nobody's business. So it's bad enough that she's getting traumatized, being put in this facility, that facility. She's being diagnosed with this, that, and the other. And it's in front of everybody. And that in itself is traumatizing. That's one thing I hate about this shit, too. They don't have a private life. What is that noise?
even claimed, "Mom goes ahead and spreads false narratives on EDs and starts to make a buck on her daughter's mental health struggles." This comment can be backed up with screenshots of the family of Nomad's Instagram stories. In partnership with Dove for the online safety of children, Jessica used Addison as a poster child for EDs, captioning the post, "Our family has personally been affected by ED triggered by viewing social media, and it's important to understand more about how we can raise awareness and be a driving force for change."
That's gross. That is fucking gross. That's gross. Exactly, DTA. Dummies don't know how to put a camera down. 100%. 100%. This poor child doesn't have a fucking private life. It is none of our business the shit this girl is going through. It is none of our business. I should not be knowing this.
ED triggered by viewing social media, and it's important to understand more about how we can raise awareness and be a driving force for change. Reddit users couldn't help pointing out the hypocrisy. Constant cameras in your face, and your life posted online for millions of people to comment on every single thing you do, you say, or how you look could be the reason. Maybe it's a sign she needs to stop blasting her kids on social media. The mother also allegedly posted a video defending her choice to send Addison to wilderness therapy, later deleting the upload. One Reddit user commented, "My heart breaks for Addison, and it's such a shame that her family is not only filming her while she's sick, but refusing to take responsibility for her condition." Another user claims that Jessica posted the amount of calories Addison ate during their ED, only adding a trigger warning after she received backlash. The user noted that Jess also posted pretty regularly pictures of Addison with food in front of her, saying she's doing so good. "I would have relapsed so quick." It appears that Jess thinks EDs can be cured within 2 months. But was deleting these controversial posts Jessica's way of admitting she was wrong, or an attempt at a fresh start? See, after 2022, Addison was no longer a part of the family's social media posts. In fact, it was only in an upload in January 2024 that the mother acknowledged her oldest daughter's existence.
Tomorrow's my oldest daughter's 16th birthday, so I'm taking her brother and sister shopping for some decorations.
And people noticed. They act like she doesn't exist, and that's weird. But change was on the horizon.
No, she lives with her grandmother now. That's what y'all said. That's what y'all said. She lives with her grandmother now. That's, bro, I hate this. I fucking hate this.
As the family entered their most unexpected chapter yet.
You guys need to go, Jessica. Got the key. Oh yeah, it's unlocked. We live here. This is our front porch. We live here.
That's right. After living in an RV for 3 years, the family was moving into an actual house. But that wasn't the only change they were facing.
Okay, so most of you guys have figured it out by now, but yes, I am going through a divorce. That was actually the #1 reason why we stopped traveling after 3 years of living in an RV and being on the road.
Turns out it didn't take a struggling child to make these parents reconsider van life, but a divorce. There was one other reason for all of these changes.
So now we're getting a home because you're getting a divorce? It took a divorce for you to have a stable home for your kids? I hate people. This is why I hate people. Shit like this is why I hate people.
37 years old and in a relationship with a woman for the first time ever in my life after 2 failed.
That's why she's got a house. Right there. That's why she's got a house. It's her new relationship. Now she doesn't want to travel because of her new relationship. That's exactly what it is. Be truthful. Be truthful. You got a house because you're in a new relationship. And guess what? I bet you that new relationship was like, nah, bitch, I am not living in a fucking van.
Marriages with men.
Yes, Jessica had come to the realization that she was queer, but despite the new relationship and the new house, one thing remained the same. Jessica continued creating content involving her children. For now, Addison remains the only child who has escaped this lifestyle, but not without scars. Of course, with van life, things could always be worse. These next parents will leave you asking, when does unconventional become unacceptable? Family number 6, Red, White, and Bethune. Jen and Kyle were one.
Young Stunna. Why is this show running at 4 a.m. now? What the fuck is Keem doing? Dude's fucking up all the show. Okay, well, I can tell you this. Nerds got in trouble for what they did earlier today, or technically yesterday. Starting Monday at 4 a.m., they will be at this time slot. I have no idea where I'm going. I might not be going anywhere. I have no idea. You know, I have no clue. But I won't be here Monday at 4. The nerds will actually be here at 4. I guess we'll find out Sunday, because you know how Keem likes to do the great reveals on Sundays. You know, I don't know if I'm going to have a co-host. I don't know if I'm going to be by myself. My guess is I'm going to have a co-host. And I'm kind of scared to find out who that is. But, because you know me, I'm a picky bitch. Yeah, exactly, Jen. LOL. Poor Xylie's just running with it. I'm just running with it. I had Dad at the beginning of this week. I don't have dad anymore, which I think our show would have been amazing. You know? I don't think it is. Wait, is this starting? This isn't starting a new family. We got to finish this one. So, I don't know what's going to happen. We'll find out Sunday. Yeah, Rick, he really was awesome on, listen, I'm going to be honest. Even though I obviously would much rather have dad as a co-host, we were awesome together. I'm happy he's back in the universe because I'm going to be quite honest with you. This fucking universe needs someone like dad. I'm sorry. We need somebody who is full of positivity and just a nice fucking dude. We need somebody like that in this universe. And if that means he's got to go on another time slot with another co-host, I am absolutely okay with it. 100%. You know, I am absolutely okay with it.
A typical Florida family with 2 sons, Ethan and Ben, but everything.
Oh, yeah, okay, new family. We don't care about the new family. We don't care about the new family, right? No. We saw enough. We saw enough, damn it. Shit. Bro, that was frustrating. That poor girl. Like, what the fuck? Why would you put your child through that shit? Oh, okay, I missed that part, Jen. I was running my mouth. Brooks, we want our white dad. He's on Aussie now. Our white dad is on Aussie. No, but I'm happy he's there. And I really, really, really like Steak. Steak is a good fucking dude. Even after going through the shit he went through last night, and he told me, like, in the middle of Rewind, hey, I'll hang out with you on Reaper, and he knew I was in a bad mood and stuff. I love Steak. Steak will always have my heart for what he did for me. I appreciate him. I really do. Steak's a cool dude. Oh, that's the family that spotted Gabby Petito's van and helped the whatever find her faster. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Well, damn. Damn. Yeah. That's crazy. Apparently the family that was next, which I've already exited out of the video. I'm not sure if I'm going live tomorrow night or not. Because technically I don't have to go live tomorrow night. Hey. I might just sleep, but then again, I might go live. So I don't sing happy birthday, but happy birthday, K-Huck. I've already told you happy birthday, dear. I hope you have a good birthday today, though. My husband's birthday is in a few days. We're going to actually celebrate it on Saturday. I'm going to take him to get a seafood boil. There's this coffee cup. Now, y'all are going to judge the hell out of me for this, okay? So don't judge me too harshly. There's this coffee cup he wants that's like $150. But he wants this coffee cup. And it keeps your coffee warm. And I told him, I said, you know you can just buy a coffee warmer that people put candles on? And it's like $20. But no, he wants this goddamn coffee cup that costs like $150. Yes. Yes. Hold on. Let me see if I you know what? I think he sent it to me on Discord, what it looks like. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it for you. Yeah, we got time. We got 8 minutes. Hold on. I gotta find the husband first. Where's the husband? All right, hold on. I forgot his name on here. Shit, what is my husband's name on fucking... I cannot think of my husband's name. No, that ain't it. You people from the LCU message me way too fucking much, bro. Hold on. It's a coffee. I swear to God, it's like $150 fucking dollars, dude. I know I'm not crazy. I can't find him. He did send it to me though. And I looked at it and I was like, God damn, bro. Where is he? I don't know. I don't know where he is. He's on here somewhere. I was going to show you the picture because he sent me the picture that he want. No, it's not gold plated. Shenanigans, you're popular, Xylee. I am not popular. I wish I was, but I'm not. I was never a popular girl. My friends were the popular people, but I was never popular. You got a candle warmer for your birthday? They're actually really good. That way you don't have to do a flame. So I like those candle warmers. Bro. I wonder where he's going to put me. You know what I have a feeling? I have a feeling he's going to put me back at 9 a.m. Honestly, I think he's going to put me back at 9 a.m. I really feel like it. And he's going to move nuts up to... Ooh, where would they go? See, that depends if they move Testo, but Nuts is doing really good. They might put Nuts right before Queens. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. You know me. I try to figure out puzzles. Shenanigans like, I was never popular either. Let's be unpopular together. Ember temperature control. You know what? I think it's that, Magic Tech. I think that's the one. Hold on. Let me look it up. Ember temperature control. Let me look this up. Hold on. Ember temperature control smart mug. Yes! Yes, it is these. It is these. Hold on. I'll show you. Yes. Thank you. This is it. This is it right here. It is these things right here. Nope. Nope. Hold on, let's go to an actual picture. Like these things here. It's like $150 fucking dollars. Harley Quinn says, what did we learn today, class? We learned Xylee wants me to rage, throw things, and then be depressed before bed. Yes, Harley Quinn. It's these things right here. That's what he wants. And then you got the big one. Yep. That's what my husband wants for his birthday. And he kind of fucking deserves it. So I guess he's buying that. And I'm taking him out for a seafood boil for dinner. So. Listen, the man drinks a lot of coffee, okay? He's constantly drinking coffee. Chubby ladies catching hate recently. Well, all I know is when I redirect to them, y'all better show them love. Okay? I love the chubbies. And that mug would be really good. Okay, listen, here's my thing about coffee. I don't mind hot coffee, but it has to stay hot for me because once it reaches a certain temperature, I can't drink it anymore. Xylee, go get some rest this weekend. F streaming. Well, I'm not streaming Saturday. I may stream tomorrow night. DTA, when did you start liking me? You used to fucking hate me. Are you liking me now, DTA? What's going on? Have we progressed in the content creator viewership relationship? Have we progressed to you not hating me now? Is that what's going on? You almost sound like you care. Holy shit. I enjoy the stream. Thanks, Isla. Yeah, no problem, bro. DTA is like, I just don't like the rewind side. I blame Billy. What the fuck? Okay, listen, you can half like me. That's okay. I'm all right with that. I'm not mad at it. Poothie said, see, Xylee, you are popular. I'm popular. You're gonna be popular. I love that song. I'm such a geek. Waylon said, I mean, after the events of the day, bro. Listen, I hope tomorrow is just a good day. All right? Can tomorrow just be a good day? That's all I want. Can we just have a happy day? Little spits and spats here. That's fine. But just can we not have heavy shit happen, please? Shit. God damn. I just want a good day. And then every time we have a week where nothing happens, the next week, complete hell. Complete hell. It's going to get better, though. You know why? Because now our dad is back. So, actually, I am in better mood when I solo stream. I can't help it. All right, guys. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate you. You know, at 4 a.m. in the God blessed morning, now at 6 a.m. I'm going to send y'all over to the girls over at Chubby. Oh, wait, wrong button. There we go. I'm going to send y'all over to Chubby. Please show Chubby some love. I love those ladies. They are awesome. They do an awesome job, and I love their show. All right? All right, guys. Have a great day, night, weekend, wherever you are in the world, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.